my pleasure to introduce Chief Pamela Smith.
Wow, good morning. Please have your seats. Thank you so much for being here, and certainly it is my honor and my pleasure to partner in this space of Faith in Blue. What's unique about Pamela A. Smith is that I wear kind of two divine hats in this space. One, where I'm serving as the acting chief of police for the Metropolitan Police Department, but two, where I serve as the associate pastor, minister at Bethlehem Baptist Church in Gum Springs, Virginia. So when we talk about faith and blue, there's already a connection in this space. And I truly believe, and I'll say this and then I'll get back to my script, that God was up to something when he had the audacity to nominate a preacher and a police officer to oversee public safety here in the District of Columbia. And I'm honored to serve the men and women of the Metropolitan Police Department, whom I believe are the best law enforcement officers across the United States of America. I'd like to say that Faith in MPD has been an active partner since Faith in Blue was announced or launched in 2020. And we're beyond excited to be kicking off the first of over 4,000 events that will take place over the weekend across the country. And I want to say that is simply amazing. It's amazing to me that we have law enforcement organizations and our faith-based communities coming together like we did when I was a young girl growing up in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I think some of you know what I'm talking about. MPD has 8 events scheduled over the next 3 days across the nation's capital, and we couldn't be more honored to partner with the faith-based community leaders in all 7 of our districts. This nationally recognized Faith in Blue initiative unites law enforcement, faith-based leaders, and the community, and that's what it's all about today, this weekend, bringing our collective strength, collective faith, our passion and expertise together with serving our communities and making it a safer place. As we look at the challenges that we are facing across our community and across the nation, it's this critical relationship that I believe will play a key role in how we combat crime and create a safe space to work, play, and live. Our faith leaders are pillars in our community. You're the rock for many church members and hope for those still trying to find their way out. You're embedded everywhere across the district, across the nation, and you offer a strong foundation for community members to turn to, whether it's for spiritual uplifting, whether it's for food, whether it's for clothing, whether it's for shelter, and even a place to seek safety when there's a need for solace. These relationships are critical as they transform into additional resources for our community. Strengthening our community is the theme for today. Shortly, we're going to have a panel, but it will be a different approach than your regular question and answer format. We're opening it up as a group discussion focusing on strengthening our community. How can we promote safer, stronger communities? How can we continue to build on working together and strengthening the relationships? Well, I'm glad you asked. Consistent with this approach, Faith in Blue is based on the premise that law enforcement and faith-based institutions are both key pillars for every local community, and when they join forces, neighborhoods begin to thrive. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts around this conversation and I encourage all of you to participate and lend your voices today. Together, we can partner to come up with positive solutions, promote community action, and establish long-term community networks, which is what Faith and Blue embodies. I will close by saying this. There's one familiar passage of scripture that always resonates with me wherever I go. Well, there's actually two. But the one that really sticks out the most to me is, to whom much is given, much is required. Let me say that again. To whom much is given, much is required. So there's a requirement, faith-based leaders, for us to stand in our spaces and places across the country and get back to helping our communities. This is where I learned how to pay it forward. This is where I learned how to be a service to men and women. This is where I learned about being able to lessen myself to be able to help others. And in this space of law enforcement and the crime that's going on across our communities, we need you to take your place back in our communities. We need you to stand up. We need you to be strong. We need you to open up your church doors. We need you to be a breath of fresh air for our young people in our communities. I told you the theme for today is strengthening our communities. And I believe today you showed up in this place. Listen, you didn't just happen to be here today. You're here today because you want to be a part of something larger than what's happening right now. We've got to be. We've got to be. Let me say it again. We must be the change that's going to take place in our communities. Because to whom much is given, much is required. The community has invested in us. That's why we're here. And they're looking for a return on their investment. God bless you and God keep you.